Do you want to build a website but don't have any specific knowledge? If your answer is yes, then congratulations, you're in the right place. In this series, we're going to work on a series of websites like news portal, blog, corporate website, and online shopping site, also called e-commerce. And believe me, you won't need any technical knowledge about web design and development for any of them. In this video, we'll be working on a news portal, and I'll be revealing the secret to master any WordPress theme somewhere within this video. So, keep watching till the end. But before that, please hit the like button. That's what keeps us motivated to come up with more videos in the future, and subscribe us so that you'll never have to miss our videos. So, without wasting time, let's get started. The first thing you need to decide when working on WordPress is that either you want to do it live on the server or on your own device storage. Working on live server will cost you the price of a domain and the hosting service, while working on your own computer don't need any of them. Once you get the website ready for publishing, you can purchase a domain and a hosting service and then migrate your files to the server. Here, we'll do it in our computer storage. The first thing you'll need in your computer storage would be an application named XAMPP. You can find the link for the application in the description section. Make sure you download the latest version. Once installed, open it and run the Apache and MySQL modules. Apache will give you a virtual server on your device so that all the codes written in the WordPress system could be executed in your browser, while MySQL gives you the database management system that's needed to add, edit, delete, or view data related to your website. It'll take a little while for this app to be ready. Till then, let's go to wordpress.org, the main site of WordPress, and download the latest version of its system files. Well, the download is completed. Let's open it and copy the files. Then go to your XAMPP installation folder. I have that in my E drive. Go to htdocs and paste it. You can see both modules on my XAMPP is running now. So I can close the control panel while the application keeps on running on the background. The files have been copied by now. Let's rename it as, let's say, news portal. Then go to your browser and type localhost/news portal. Hit enter and you'll see the WordPress configuration interface opens up. Select your language and click on continue. And you'll see another page displaying information about what you need to set up WordPress on your device. That'll be database name, username, password, and host, along with the table prefix. We'll see that in a short while. Let's click on Let's Go button for now. Then you get a form page asking for the same things listed in the previous page, but we don't have anything like that, right? So let's create them. Open a new tab on your browser and type localhost/phpMyAdmin. That'll take you to the database management system provided by MySQL. I've already got a couple of databases here for different websites and applications. Let's create a new for this website. Click on New, give it a name. Make sure you don't use any space or other symbols except for the underscore in your names here. Let's say WP_news portal. You can define the collection too here, but that's totally optional. MySQL supports most of the languages, but still, if you want to make sure it supports your language, select UTF-8 MB4 bin, which basically means Unicode. Click on Create and your database will be created. You also get the option to add a username and password for the database here, but that's not needed. Now go back to the form and enter the name of the database you just created. That's WP_news portal, right? We haven't set up any username and password for our database, so the default username will be root. Leave the password field empty. Hostname will be localhost. Then you have got the table prefix. Here, what you should know is that WordPress will add some tables into our database to store website related data. Since all the websites built on WordPress have the same table names, it allows us to specify if we want to have a unique 2-letter initials for those table names. Let's keep NP over here. Click and submit. Now WordPress will ask you to confirm all the work you needed to do in the database is done. Click on run the installation and all the data tables required for WordPress system will be added into our database. Now, another form appears that asks you to enter the site title. You can change it later though. And also the username and password to log into WordPress dashboard and manage our website later. Let's name the site as WordPress News Portal Tutorial. Let's say the username is np_admin and the password administrator. Well, I have a spelling mistake over here and the password is showing up as a strong one. Had it been the administrator, it would have been a weak one. So let's keep it as it is. You are also required to enter a valid email address over here that is needed if you want to change the admin email address later. And the option for SEO, that doesn't matter at this point. Click on Install WordPress button and the WordPress system will be set up on your device. Since we have already copied the WordPress files, it won't take time. Here you see the success message and the button to log into WordPress dashboard. Click the button and enter the username and password you just created and you're in. Before doing anything else, I'll open the project folder in my IDE, that is Sublime Text 3, just to store the username and password, so that I don't need to worry about what username and password I used in this website. I'll open wp-config.php. This is the file where you need to make changes while migrating your site from your device to live server later. You might need to update the database name, username and password at that time, but for now, let's add the username and password here. Put // in front of it so that it's not mistaken for a code here, and you're done. Now, whenever you forget the username or password, you can open this file and view the details. Alright. If you go to phpMyAdmin and click on the database name on the left sidebar, you can see all the database tables added by WordPress system here. And if you go to the options table, you can see the URL for your web page listed here. This also needs to be changed manually when migrating the site from local to live server later. Getting back to the dashboard, if you hold your mouse on the home icon at the top left, an option to visit your website will appear. Let's open it in a new tab. We can close the database now. And you can see how your website looks at the beginning. The steps for creating every WordPress site will be the same till now, whether it is a news portal or a blog or a corporate one or an e-commerce. In fact, everything beyond this step will also be similar if you look at it in a broader sense, but the management of content and the method to display them in your website may differ with the design or functionality. Now it's time to define when in a news portal, not a basic blog. So let's go back to dashboard, appearance, themes. You can see the basic designs available at the moment and the one that is active as of now. Let's click on the Add New button and install a design that suits the news portal. You can find thousands of free designs, also called themes here. So it's not always necessary to buy one unless you are not happy with the design and the features available for free. You can navigate through the whole list available here or simply search for the design you want, enter the keyword for which you want the theme. Here we'll type news portal and related themes will show up. Let's go with the first one named news portal. That looks good. Install it and activate it. And you can see your active theme is changed. Go to your website view and refresh the browser. Now you can see a different design, but obviously that was not what we expected, right? But don't worry, a couple of more steps to follow and you'll get the same look on your website. Let's get back to the dashboard and place your mouse over the theme. Click on the theme details button and you can see some information related to the theme. You can see the link for the demo file here. Let's copy it and open it in a new tab. And you can see how your news portal will look at the end of this tutorial. But how? Well, let's go to the website view tab and click on customize. And you can see a whole set of settings that you can use to change the design from basic to a beautiful one. We'll go with each of them one by one. But the first thing you should look for is documentation. Some themes have it on top and some might keep it like this as important links. Click on documentation. That'll open up in a new tab. And you can see everything in detail here, right from the installation of the theme to turning it into one you'd like to see and show others. Keep in mind, this is the secret to master every WordPress theme. The first thing you should look for here is the homepage settings. Most of the themes want you to do the same thing though. You can see here that you have to create a new page, add a title, and select homepage as the page template from the template option and publish it. Then go to settings, reading, and select static page as your front page and select the same page you created as the page you want to load. Save the changes and you're done. Let's do that then. Go to dashboard, pages, add new. A form to add a new page will appear. Add a title, let's say home template. Go to the template option on the bottom right and select home page. Click on publish on the top and the page will be published. Now go to settings, reading, select the static page option and select the page you just created from the drop-down, save the changes, and refresh your website page. Now you might notice a bit of changes, but still that's not what we expected, right? And that's because we don't have added any contents to show up. We'll do that in a short while. Let's see what we can change without having any articles to show up. Go to Customize, click on the first option, General Settings. You can see a couple of options here. Let's start from the top. The first one is Site Identity, that will allow you to add the site title, subtitle, logo and an icon to display on the tab. Do you remember that we added this title while installing WordPress? Well, we can change it from here. I personally don't like the tagline, so I'll remove that. We don't have the logo or icon so far, so let's leave it as it is. Go back. Then you've got the colors. You can change the base colors from here. You can go with any color you like. Make sure that you don't use a bright or sharp color. Such colors will make the eyes tired very fast. Select a dark faded color instead. Let's try to match the color of the Facebook bar here. I'll select the same color for the site title too. Let's keep the background white. You can even add a background image from here, but I'll prefer it to remain as it is. Then you have got the homepage settings here, and we just did that from the dashboard reading settings, right? Then you have got the website layout option. Either you want the full width or a box layout. A box layout will give you the website with a bit of white space on either sides. You also have an option, dark mode here, which will give you a darker color combination here. The general settings is done. Next up, you have the header settings. You have the option to enable or disable the top header section here. Either you want the blue bar on top appear on your website or not, along with the sections there, namely date and social links. Let's leave all as they are. Then you have the header option to enable or disable the sticky menu, home icon and source icon. Basically, sticky menu is the type where the menu sticks to the top of the window when the page is scrolled down. Everything is okay for me here too. Then you have got a ticker section option. Either you want to show it or not. You can also change the caption from here. Next up, you have the additional settings. You get to define the social media icons you want to show on your top bar. You can choose the icon from here and define the link for the social profile over here. You can see the icon appears on the top bar. Let's add a few more then. Then you have got the categories color option. You can select separate background color for each news category once you add some categories in your news portal. Since we haven't added any categories so far, the default uncategorized is showing up here. The last option here is the widget settings. That allows you to define either you want the titles of the news sections going to be added on your website to have a link to redirect the user to that category or not, along with the option to enable or disable the background color for those titles. Next up, we have the design settings, and that allows you to define which design template you want to choose for your archive, page and post. Since we have nothing so far, let's leave it for now. Next up, you have the footer settings, and then widget area to define either you want the footer area to show up or not, and if yes, how many columns you want on the footer. 3 columns is okay for me. Then you have got the bottom section to define the copyright text you want to show the visitors. Then you have got the menus, and we'll need categories and pages for that. We have nothing as of now, so let's leave it for now. Then we have got the widgets that allows you to define appearance of individual sections within a template. Select any one, click on add a widget, and you can see a whole bunch of contents that you can add on any section. Since most of these widgets are used to display posts or articles, let's add some posts into our database. Rather than adding a lot of articles on our own, I'll go with import and import some articles from other sources. Let's see if we can find one that is built for this theme. Well, we found this XML file. There's no option to download, So let's copy the entire code and save it as a new XML file. Let's name it demo.xml. Let's install a WordPress importer that will allow us to import everything from the file. Click on Run Importer and select the XML file we just created. And click on Upload and Import. Select the user you have in your system and check the Import Attachment option that will import the images to. Click on Submit and wait till the process completes. Sadly, some of the images are not uploaded. Those images might have been deleted from the location defined in the XML file. But still, you can see a good volume of posts already added into our database. That will speed up our website development process. Once the website is ready for publishing, you'll need to remove all these posts and add your own contents. Got it? Let's publish all the changes made so far on the front end. The menu should have come from the demo file, but still it's okay. We can do that within a minute. Let's go back to the dashboard and click on Categories. You can see a couple of categories are already present here, but the names are not resolved. Let's fix that. Well, that's done. Let's go to Appearance, Menus and create a menu. We need to add a name first. Let's say Primary and save it. Select the categories you want to add to the menu except the uncategorized and click on Add to Menu. You can click and drag the menu items to reorder them. Select the primary menu as the location and save it. Go back to the front end, refresh it, and you can see those menu titles on the main menu. Click on any menu item and all posts from that category will show up. You can see everything's fine here except for the images. So let's edit those posts and add images. Let's delete Hello World, that's a dummy post. I'll open Photoshop and go with a standard 900 by 500 pixel resolution for all the images I want to add on this news portal. Then search for related images online and use it for those posts. I'll go with Save for Web option and set the image to the lowest possible size. You can go with any size you want, but higher the size, higher will be the time taken by the site to load contents online. That's done. Let's click on Set Featured Image. Select the file to upload. You can see a couple of images are uploaded with the demo import here. Once uploaded, add alternative text for the image. That's a good thing for SEO. And click on Set Featured Image. Once the image shows up, click on Update and you're done. Let's do the same for all the posts. Well, I've already added featured image to all the posts. Let's refresh the front end. You can't see anything in the home page, but if you go to any category, now you can see all the posts have featured images. Now the challenge is to make the home page look like the demo itself. That's where the documentation comes into use. Let's click on Customize first to load the customizer. Go to Widgets and that'll load up all the customizable widget sections from the home page. Let's start from the top. The first one is Header Ads. This will allow you to add leaderboard ad right beside the logo section on the header. Click on Add Widget. Search for the advertisement widget on the list. Here you can see banner ads. Let's select that. You won't be adding title for the ads. Let's select an image. This one looks good. And you can see how it looks. You might want to add a link where the user will be redirected if they click on the ad. I'll leave it empty for now. Click on Done. Let's go back and edit another section then. Here you have got the home tab section. Let's see the documentation and understand what is expected to be added here. Here you can see the featured slider and featured post widgets should be added on the home tab section. Let's do that. First, the featured slider. Let's select one of the categories for the slider. And you can see the slider appears on the home page. Let's select another category for the featured posts. And you can see the featured posts also appear there. Click on Done. And that's completed. Next one is featured post. Let's add that widget too. Select a category for the featured post. And that's also done. Next, you have the middle section. Go to the documentation. And you can see you need to add blog post widget with different layouts here. Let's do the same. Select a category to display the post and add related title too. Let's keep the layout as it is for this one. Do the same a couple of times, but each time with different layouts. That will make the website look much better. Next up, you have the middle aside. Go to the documentation once again and see what it wants. Well, it's the social media, ads banner, default tab, and recent posts. Let's add the same. You just need to add the title for social media, and all the social profiles we added earlier will show up. We can add a square ad on this section. Let's go with this one. For the default tab too, all you need to do is add the titles for the latest and most commented tabs. That looks good. Last on the list was the recent post, but since the latest tab also shows the recent post, I'll skip that one here. Let's go to the bottom section then. Look at the documentation, and you can see you need to add a carousel here. Let's do that. Select a category for that. And you're done. Let's go with the footer one and select the categories to be listed there. Add the title. This looks good, so I'll leave the settings to default. For footer 2, I'll go with the text widget. And add a little bit of text on the title about us. Let's add a dummy text here. I'll further go with the text tab here and add p align equals to justify and close the p at the end. That's an HTML syntax to justify the paragraph. You can opt to leave it as it is though. And for footer 3, let's go with the social media. Publish the changes. And you can see the home page looks exactly like the demo now. Click on any category and you can see how it looks. Let's go back to the design settings, archive settings, and change the layout for the post. And you can see it looks much better. Let's go back to the widget settings. All you need to edit is the sidebar. Let's remove the widgets except the search bar and the recent posts. We can add the default tab here. And we don't need the recent post then. Instead, we can display related posts in the category template. We don't have any widget to display related posts here. So let's go to dashboard, plugin, add new, and search for related posts. You'll see a bunch of options. Let's install this one and activate it. Now you can go to the front end, reload the customization panel and add the related post widget to the sidebar. Alternatively, you can go to appearance, widgets in the dashboard and click and drag the widget into the sidebar. Play with the settings. Let's go with common category to display related posts. Let's select display format post and see how it looks. Save the changes. Go back to front end. Let's close the customization panel. Let's go to any news category. Well, this is showing full post in the sidebar. Let's open the customization panel once again and see what option looks best there. Well, except looks the best. Let's add an advertisement too over here. Let's go with this one. You can even reorder widgets here. Let's add one more ad at the bottom of the sidebar. Publish the changes. And you can see how the page looks. Let's see one of the posts. Well, that looks alright. So the single post, category and homepage all look in great shape here. Let's load up the customization panel once more and add logo and fav icon. Let's hide the site title from the header then. Add the site icon too. Publish the changes and you're done. Let's display some static pages at the footer too then. Go back to the dashboard, pages, all pages. Let's publish the privacy policy. Then go to appearance, menu, and create a new menu. Let's name it footer. Let's add a couple of pages to this menu. Reorder them to your liking. You can even change the display title from here, and that won't make any changes to the database, but still modifies the title displayed on the front end. Define the display location as footer menu and save it. Refresh the browser and you can see them on the footer. If you are wondering how we can add a post on our own, let's see that too. Go to the dashboard, posts, add new. You'll get a form to add the post title, description, category and featured image here. Let's copy one post from BBC Sports. Copy the article and paste it in the description section. While copying like this, you are also copying the text styles too here. You are expected to type in your own content with your own images for real projects though. You also get a number of formatting options in the description section. Let's copy the featured image too. I'll resize it to 900 by 500 pixels just like the others. You can even add a new category from here. Upload the featured image. And publish the post. And you can see your latest post here. Click on it and you can see the whole article loaded here. I guess you understood how the posts are added in WordPress. And here you get a very own news portal in WordPress built under an hour without any technical knowledge in web design and development. Well, that's all for today. I hope this video really helps you to learn and master WordPress. Hit like if you found this video useful. That's what keeps us motivated to come up with more videos in the future. Let me know what you feel about this video through the comments. Thanks for watching and please subscribe us for more videos.